Hello, in this video I will show you how to install Kafka and RabbitMQ in your Windows device. So for RabbitMQ, you're gonna have Erlang as a prerequisite. So let's go to Erlang download. So here, just go to erlang.org. Then you can choose whatever Windows installer you have. So once you've downloaded it, you want to run it and install it on your device. So once you're installed, you can then go to RabbitMQ download. So now that we're on the RabbitMQ website, we want to use the official install. So as you can see here, we need Erlang because it is a prerequisite. So here you can see a direct download link, and you can see the exe file here. Once you've downloaded this exe file, you're gonna want to run it and then install RabbitMQ. So once RabbitMQ is installed, you can open RabbitMQ and start the service. So as you can see here, RabbitMQ node can be started as a Windows service. RabbitMQ service start. So after your RabbitMQ service starts, you can go to the CLI or the web management or UI. So for this video, I'm going to use the web management UI. So to access this, you can enter http colon slash slash localhost 15672. And then once you go to the web management UI, it's gonna ask you to sign in. And the default values is guest for the username and guest for the password. So once you're in, we can test RabbitMQ to see if it's working properly. So here we're gonna go to queues and streams, and then we're gonna add a queue. Let's say we name it RabbitMQ queue test. So just name it whatever, anything works. So here, as you can see, we've created the queue. So let's click on the queue that we created. So now we're gonna scroll down to publish messages. So here you can see this thing called payload. This is simply the string that's going to be sent to the queue. And for the uh, subscriber to receive, so here we can test. We can test by typing hello world for the subscriber. So now we can publish this message. As you can see here, message published. And we should see, there we go. Now we see that the graph went up, and this graph down here has a spike. So if we go to overview, we'll see the same thing. So now the let's have the message received. So here we can see that we have one message ready to receive. So we can click get message. Then as you can see here, we have another spike in this graph. So we have acknowledged the message. And if you want to test more, you can again publish another message, and you can publish as many as you want. So let's say publish one, and then let's type RabbitMQ test. So we should see two spikes here. As you can see, we have two spikes. And now we have three messages in the queue. So let's try to get these messages. So let's scroll down to get messages and let's type three. So as you can see here, you receive three messages, all of which I typed earlier. So we should see a spike in the graph, as you can see here. And now we've concluded that our RabbitMQ is functional. Next, we will install Kafka. So let's go to the official Kafka website. And then you can see here the Apache Kafka.org website. So here you can download the latest release, which is 4.2.0. So you're going to download the binary download and not the source download. So once you've downloaded that, you're gonna want to extract it to a directory that isn't hard to read for your PowerShell or your CMD. So for me, I have it extracted in my C drive in Kafka and then Kafka 4.2.0. So as you can see, it's not a very deep directory within my C drive, which makes it easy for uh, PowerShell and CMD to read. Now, once we have, once you've installed Kafka, you're gonna want to go to config, and then here we see a file named server properties. I'm gonna open this file, and then once we open this file, you can see that we have a bunch of settings in here. You're gonna want to set the settings here. So we're going to add, we're gonna want these four lines right here. So at line 19, line 22, line 25, and line 28. Make sure all of these are present in your server properties. Otherwise, you may type this manually in your file, and then once you're done typing it, you can save the file. So once that's done, you can go to the root folder and type cmd to open cmd. So once we've opened cmd, we can then start testing immediately. So first we have to generate a UUID, which you can do by typing /bin / windows / Kafka storage .bat and then random UUID. So as you can see here, we have generated a random UUID, which we will use for the next line. So here we're going to enter the same command, but instead of random UUID, we're going to type -d, no, format -t, and then our UUID, the -c dot /config slash server dot properties. So as you can see here, we have formatted a metadata directory with Kafka data logs with metadata. So we have successfully formatted our storage. Now we can test our Kafka by running a server. So this line right here, which I will paste, dot forward slash bin slash windows slash Kafka dash server dash start dot bat, and then dot forward slash config slash server properties. So if I hit enter, we should see here. So if this happens, this very long lines of Kafka starting up, then that means the server is running. And you can confirm here because it says Kafka server started. So next, we're going to open two CMD terminals. So again, we're going to open CMD on the root folder of Kafka. And then we're going to create a producer window. So using this line right here, which is dot forward slash bin slash windows slash Kafka dash console dash producer dot bat, then dash dash topic test dash topic dash dash bootstrap dash server localhost colon 9092. So after that, it's going to uh it might show this quote unquote error, but as you can see here, there's already a greater than sign, which means that we have our producer terminal. So let's open another CMD window, but this time we're going to type in the terminal this. So it's the same line of code, but instead of producer, you're going to type consumer, and then at the end you add from beginning. So as you can see here, it says here that there's an error, but if we look at here, we don't see the root directory of Kafka, which means that this window is running as a consumer. So now we both have the producer and consumer window. So let's do this real quick. So if I type hello consumer, you can see here that we the uh, producer window sent a message and the consumer window received a message. So let's type even more. As you can see, every message got sent. So now we can confirm that Kafka is running on our system. So to close this properly, just hit Control C on each terminal window. And then on this folder right here, then press Control C, and uh, that should stop the program or the process or service. So so that you don't encounter issues on the next time that you run Kafka. We're gonna run this command here. So what this does is that it clears or flushes the folder that stores the metadata for your Kafka. So we're gonna run this, and that should flush the cluster ID that you generated earlier. And that's it for Kafka and RabbitMQ.